Hunter Graves stole my journal. He stood in the center of their luxury suite, waving the leather-bound book like a trophy. Winter wasn't that hard to crack. 3 months, game over. You guys were dying to know what she writes in this thing every day, right? Let's take a look. His roommates crowded around, laughing. Dude, obviously. It's probably pages and pages of how much she's obsessed with you. Hunter flipped to the first page. I only agreed to date Hunter so I could be closer to him. He flipped to the second page. Why does he have to be Hunter's roommate? The room went dead silent. Chapter 1. When Hunter came to find me, he looked like he wanted to murder someone. I knew immediately. He had read the journal. The one I wrote specifically for him to find. Joke's on you, asshole. Internally, I was cackling. On the outside, I tilted my head, blinking up at him with wide, innocent doe eyes. Hunter, is everything okay? Hunter stared at me. His gaze was heavy, suffocating. A few seconds passed before he spoke, his voice dropping an octave. Winter, you're my girlfriend now. It's time I introduced you to the guys. I immediately plastered a look of pure joy on my face, conveniently ignoring the fact that his expression was dark enough to blot out the sun. Really? I clasped my hands together, acting nervous. I finally get to meet your friends? Hunter's jaw ticked. Tonight. Dinner. I paused, biting my lip as if torn. But, I have a shift at the cafe later. Hunter didn't speak. He just whipped out his phone. A second later, my phone buzzed. Notification. Notification. American Express Centurion. Supplementary card activated. Limit. No preset spending limit. Call in sick, he said, his tone leaving no room for argument. Tell them you have an emergency. I immediately tapped the screen, sending the money back. I widened my eyes, looking offended. How could I take your money? Absolutely not. He sent it again. I sent it back. He sent it again. Finally, Hunter snatched my phone. He didn't type a memo. He simply added the card to my Apple Wallet and set it as the default payment method. It's linked to my family trust. Don't embarrass me by declining it. Then he shoved the phone back into my hand. I looked at the balance in my account. My heart did a little happy dance. I looked up at him, my eyes shimmering with unshed tears of gratitude. Hunter, you're so good to me. Chapter 2. I go to St. Sterling Academy. I am the broke scholarship student in a sea of Nepo babies. Hunter Graves is one of the richest heirs in the country. His dorm isn't a dorm. It's a penthouse suite. He and his 3 roommates are treated like royalty. The student body literally calls them the kings, complete with their own fan club. Hunter's biggest stress in life is deciding between London or Paris for the weekend, or whether to take the yacht or the private jet. My stress is different. I have to figure out how to maintain a 4.0 GPA for my scholarship, juggle 3 part-time jobs, and maintain my persona as the fragile, innocent good girl. This persona is crucial. It's my armor. It keeps the rich girls from bullying me, because I look pathetic enough to be pitted, not threatened, and it keeps the teachers on my side. I spend my days calculating how to stack coupons, where to get free birthday meals, and memorizing the discount schedules of every grocery store within a 5-mile radius. Being poor is a full-time job. It's exhausting. Originally, Hunter and I existed in different stratospheres. We shouldn't have crossed paths until the rumors started. People whispered that Winter Fox was hard to get, that some guy chased me for 6 months and failed, that I kept a mysterious journal full of secret. Me? ? I didn't even know anyone was chasing me. I sprint out of class the second the bell rings to get to work. If anyone talks to me, I just smile and nod while mentally balancing my checkbook. As for the journal, that's my ledger. I track every penny I spend. But Hunter got interested. He not only got curious about the journal, but he also made a bet with his roommate. A bet on how long it would take to make the poor girl fall for him. I rejected him, over and over again. Chapter 3. Hunter took me to a Michelin star place that probably cost more than my tuition. When we arrived, the other 3 were already there. Sebastian Pierce, Bo Allen, Tristan Gray. They tried to act casual, but I could feel the weight of their stares. It was heavy, probing. Men are so predictable. Yesterday, I was just Hunter's conquest. But now that they think I might be secretly in love with one of them, that I'm using Hunter just to get close to them, the dynamic has shifted. Their curiosity spiked. Their competitive alpha instincts woke up. They looked smug. They couldn't help it. A group of trashy voyeurs who get off on reading girls' diaries. In my head, I was cursing them out with words that would make a sailor blush. On the outside, my expression remained perfectly serene. As we walked toward the table, I subtly, very subtly, pulled my hand away from Hunter's grip. Just a twitch. The magnetic pull toward the one you actually love, while trapped in another's grip. Hunter felt it instantly. His face darkened. He clamped his hand down harder on mine, practically crushing my fingers, and forced a strange smile. Winter, these are my roommates. You've probably seen them around campus. I nodded. I pressed my lips together tightly and didn't say a word. I knew Hunter inside and out. He would never confront me. First, his ego is too big to admit he stole my journal and read it like a creep. Second, he feels like a fool. He's desperate to know which one of his friends is the him in the diary. Third, the game has changed. I'm no longer a boring bet. I'm a prize he has to defend. Men, rich or poor, they're all the same. You can read them like a billboard. We reached the table. Hunter was staring at me, analyzing my every micro-expression. He was waiting to see who I looked at first. He wanted a clue, but I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction. I didn't look at Sebastian. I didn't look at Bo. I didn't look at Tristan. I turned my wide, confused eyes up to Hunter. Hunter, why aren't we sitting down? A muscle feathered in Hunter's jaw. Chapter 4. Tension at the table pulled tight enough to snap a violin string. Bo Allen broke the silence first. Hunter, we haven't ordered yet. Look at, see what your girlfriend wants. Bo had those classic puppy dog eyes, bright, round, and disarmingly innocent. His jawline was sharp, but when he smiled, deep dimples popped out. He looked like walking sunshine. I got it, though. If my family owned 10 historic brownstones in Manhattan, I'd probably be a ray of sunshine too. He slid a menu toward me. It was entirely in French. A wall of cursive text I couldn't read. The only thing I understood were the numbers. The prices. One appetizer cost more than my entire monthly paycheck. I felt a surge of pure Pure, unadulterated class rage. I shook my head, offering a shy, embarrassed smile. I've never had any of this before. You guys order. Bo took the menu back, unfazed. Cool. Hunter, you handle it. You know what she likes. Hunter remained clueless about my taste. The only thing he knew was that I was poor and didn't complain. But I knew what they liked. I'd done my homework. The fan club forums were a goldmine of information. Fact, Hunter loves mangoes. Fact, Bo is deathly allergic to mangoes. I furrowed my brow slightly, leaning toward the waiter. My voice was a hushed whisper. Excuse me, none of these dishes have mango in them, right? The table went dead silent again. Hunter stared at me. Bo stared at me. I blinked, looking completely lost. What's wrong? I can't eat mango. That's why I asked. Then, before Hunter could speak, I turned to him, eyes wide with confusion. Hunter, didn't you know that? Hunter froze. He was trapped. He couldn't admit he didn't know. That would shatter his devoted boyfriend who chased her for 3-month persona. But saying he did know would be a lie. Because I was lying. I love mangoes. I literally drank a mango smoothie for breakfast. Bo jumped in to save the awkward silence. That's actually crazy. I'm allergic to mango too. Bingo. Thank you to the drama club upperclassmen for the free lessons. Thank you to every humiliating odd job where I had to act grateful for scrap. I lowered my lashes, then slowly lifted them to lock eyes with Bo. I made my gaze soft, warm, and filled with a sudden, unspoken connection. Oh, I whispered. What a coincidence. But I didn't stop there. I let my gaze drift. I lowered my eyes, then lifted them to look at Bo. Lowered them, then lifted them to look at Sebastian. Lowered them, then looked at Tristan. I didn't leave anyone out. I looked at every single one of them with a specific blend of emotions. 30% loneliness, 30% admiration, 20% melancholy, 20% restraint. My eye muscles were practically cramping from the effort, but it was worth it. It was the performance of a lifetime. Bo stiffened. He looked thrown off balance. He shifted in his seat, losing his relaxed posture. He shot a glance at Hunter, a look that was sharp with disapproval. Bro code violation detected.